for this one. We're gonna have to balance out everything with a segment here called One of the Good Ones.
You can't treat him like any of the other niggas around here because he ain't like any of the other niggas around here.
Where we honor one of the good black people.
What do you got?
Well, there was this interview, and actually, this guy, it was probably one of the most cathartic things for me to watch.
Okay.
Because he literally, and I'm not taking credit here. He just said everything that I've always said. What's the one thing that I've always complained about when it came to black folks? You know what? Let me hear what you say first.
Okay. Ratchetness and being loud.
You're getting there. Let me narrow it down for you. Sure. Black businesses.
Terrible customer service.
There you go.
Terrible customer service.
This gentleman, I don't know what he does. I don't know who he is. Let that ad play. I think his name was Tyrant or something like that. And he was on this interview and he just like literally explained how to make black businesses and why black businesses actually don't work. So this broad,
the Cultural Report,
was talking.
I don't understand that.
Pull it back a little bit. I just wanted to highlight what he was saying because I thought it was important. Maybe some people need to hear it from a black voice.
We don't embrace our own black media.
Exactly.
We always want to run to the outside because of whatever reasons, and we don't empower our own. We wonder why we don't control shit.
Yeah.
Because media influence voices to us.
We do that with everything, though. We do that with Black Dollar. Once we get a dollar, we don't go spend it with other black brands. We go and run and jump outside our culture.
I'm not spending nothing with a black brand because it's a black brand. I don't like that narrative either. Let's spend with black.
Everybody else does it.
Black people, no the fuck they don't, Tamara. You can stop with the slick marks. It don't work. Bottom line is
Asians
this.
don't care if you have good
Can
products.
I fucking get my point out, bro? Okay, then shut the fuck up. Let me get my point out. Let me just get my point out.
Go ahead.
Bottom line is this. No, I'm not going to say the same thing. No, it's not. The product's not good. I don't want anyone supporting Ray because Ray is black. I want people supporting Ray because Ray is excellent.
Thank you.
And the reality is that black people have the worst customer.
What a refreshing breath of fresh air. Holy shit. You never see this. This was on black media?
Chavo.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yes. And this was shocking to them. But then you're going to see something that I always say too, is that all it takes is one person to say it. Because then you're going to start seeing people like a little more comfortable with agreeing with what he's saying.
Customer service in the motherfucking world. And you can say
let me pull that back because he says
Ray is black. I want people supporting Ray because Ray is excellent. And the reality is that the black people have the worst customer service in the motherfucking world. And you can say that you don't agree with that because I don't give a fuck why. If we get our customer service better, we'll make more business. Bottom line. So you can say whatever you want.
When you go to the Chinese restaurant, they nice to you. Hey Ray, how you doing today? No, they just as mean.
I don't go to the fucking Chinese restaurant.
All right, but you know what I'm saying.
Language barrier, bitch.
That, and not to mention, they Chinese people always deliver.
And I don't think
always deliver whatever you go to them for.
Black people have this thing of if you don't return the same energy to me, then you're being mean. It's not being mean. That's not their culture. They're not bubbly people.
He even touches on that
They're
too.
They're soulless shills.
Exactly. But again, the only reason it works is because when you go to a Chinese restaurant, the food's going to be good. This is the way I put it with Chinese restaurant, Chinese anything. You get nothing more, nothing less. It's always going to be what it needs to be. The food's going to be what it needs to be. You go to dry cleaning, it's going to be done the way it needs to be done.
And I will say this.
No attitude. You might get a, like Wonder said, cultural.
Their servers are always nice. And I love the culture because it's always a woman. And she always looks good. Thank you. For the sit down ones, not the ones where they just have a counter in the front.
She looks well put together. And stuff. Yeah, like a geisha. Almost.
Yeah. They know who to put out there.
And black people feel like they're doing you a favor. And it's like, but you're offering a service here. This is like I'm paying for a thing.
And then the flip side to that is another reason a lot of black businesses don't work is because when black people decide they want to support only black businesses, they then ask for a discount, and a lot of times it's half off. Come on, yo, I'm your brother, man. I'm supporting business, bro. Come on, man. You know how Meek Mill get down.
And then it's not even just that. Then it becomes like that person goes and starts telling everybody he's stingy. He doesn't want to look out. He doesn't. Yeah. Now you're an enemy of the community.
Ray,
I don't know.
We could y'all don't make your point.
I'm speaking for Ray.
At the end of the day, Asians don't sit there and say, hey, your customer service has to be perfect. Your product has to be A1 before I support you. They support you.
So
other races support you.
So Sue in the West End from American Deli she's a very customer service driven individual. She understands.
Shout out to the one Asian.
Oh my God.
Sue moved to the West End. Sue moved to the West End and Sue started selling wings. And now you can take a selfie with Sue. You can have a good time with Sue.
And Sue only plays Gucci. Like music.
She does.
Like
so
that's her audience.
So y'all gonna go to black people restaurants because you could take selfies.
Hold on. So when you talk about black customer service, I had this conversation the other day with one of our artists. She was like, my nail tech moved from Atlanta. I was like, I got another one for you. She asked me, she was like, she black? I was like, yeah. She's like, nah, I don't want to go there. She probably don't do feet. And she probably gonna charge me an arm and a leg. And I was like, the fuck? She's like, every black nail tech she went to in Atlanta, I was like, I'm not gonna touch your feet. They charge you.
See, that's pretty interesting. I'm gonna skip ahead though, but because I always hear that. Why Asian nail salons make more money in the black community?
Because they'll do your feet.
To the point where black people are going into Asian nail salons and telling them to get the fuck out of the neighborhood. And it's like they're not stealing customers. They know their base better. When you're cutting off, when you're doing manicures and pedicures, I'm just thinking like a businessman. I don't know the market, but I assume if you say you're not doing pedicures, that's an entire market that you lost. You lost. Yeah.
Got fucked up attitude.
On top of that, let's not act like there haven't been only Asians doing their nails for how long before black-owned businesses was something to be popular.
Yeah. Or for black
now
people.
Now you're telling them to get the fuck up. Now you're trying to monopolize.
Right. Illegally.
With shitty restrictions.
Right. And it's just basically you're not winning the competition that is business and the free market. So now you're using, extortion tactics, almost mafia tactics
to get by.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a gun and someone has a 60-round clip and you decided I'm gonna get the 25 clip, who's winning the war?
Depends how good of a shot you are.
I was gonna say because you gotta hit me.
Then.
Huh?
What if they do nails like a motherfucker?
Don't matter about the guns, the nails.
And the reason why I don't spend with black establishments like that, because they got fucked up attitudes. They don't give you a smile. They don't even say, hello, how you doing, man? I take your order. But I'm supposed to keep spending with them because they look like me? Fuck that. The rich are gonna, the people that are gonna rise to the top, the people that understand what it takes to win. Not the people that feel like you should let me win because they let them win. That's not how you win.
And the art of customer service is like,
come on,
victimhood. Needs to get rid of the victimhood.
Come on, man. He up there preaching, bro.
Who is this guy?
We have to find his name. He kept saying Tarrant, but that's just a name or a title of all this stuff.
I don't know where it went, but like it's very important. Like think about anything that you're doing, even selling a product. It's about the service behind it. So I think that we have to amplify.
It is the only thing that matters. The only thing that matters is the service. We are in the service business. I am in the service business. I am successful. 16 years later, I love Tehran. I love Tehran. Guess why you love Tehran? Because Tehran understands when I walk in this bitch, I'm a service. Yeah. You don't look at this bitch and walk here like I'm the biggest songwriter in the world. Y'all all need to bow down to me. That's why we rich. And my thing as a black man that has made millions of dollars and want to see other black people make millions of dollars, I know the one thing that's the difference is the fucking attitude. That's why I yell, because the attitude is the difference. And if you fix your attitude, everything else will follow. But you think, well, they ain't got to fix their attitude. Well, we ain't them.
Fucking ads.
I mean, where's the lie?
I mean, this is me doing business.
Black people always say
I take the ad off of the screen. I get paid for it.
Black people always say they always got to work double as hard, but it's never double as hard in manners or anything worthwhile.
Well, it's never double as hard.
Yeah.
Just them saying it's double as hard.
Saying it so they can be lazy.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to work double as hard. All right, brother.
That's all that is more victimhood.
Mm-hmm.
I had someone today say, "Oh, I went to bed at 4 o'clock this morning. Whose fault is that? But you know you got to be at work by 9."
Right.
Yeah, you chose to stay up.
Well, the work double as hard is them never having to take accountability for truly failing. And that's what makes you great, is when you take accountability for failing and then
you
adapt, figure it out from there.
Mm-hmm.
You never have that fucking process. You're never gonna. I think that's what he's kind of saying. You gotta acknowledge what your faults are and fix them.
Ain't them. Because if we was them, we would be where they are. We are us. And the thing that's holding us back is we don't treat each other with respect. We don't treat each other like we're thankful. We don't. I worked at McDonald's and I worked at Chick-fil-A. That changed my life. When I worked at McDonald's, they told me the goal is to get the customer out in 45 seconds. 30 seconds or less. Yep. That was the goal. They ain't say smile. They ain't say none of that. They said the goal is to get them in and out 30 seconds. When I went to work for Chick-fil-A, they was like, we're going to pay you. They asked me how much I made per hour. I told them. Then they said, we're going to pay you $2 extra for that. Then I'm 16, Dina. $2 extra an hour is a lot when you're 16. So he was like, and I smiled. And he said, you know what I'm giving you that extra $2 for? Your smile. I don't care if you're cooking. I don't care if you're sweeping. I don't care what you're doing. You need to have a smile on your face. And meanwhile, that's why when we see a Chick-fil-A, you'll see fucking 50 cars in line and you'll wait, right? But if you see a McDonald's with 4 cars, you're like, the line's too long, right? Because they don't fucking stress customer service. So hold on, stop. So I'm trying to teach you how to get to a certain place, and you don't want to accept that you got to change your motherfucking attitude if you do. And instead of change your attitude, you want to bring up what Asians do. I don't know if the motherfucker is smiling by the way they talking. I don't know their culture. I know our culture, and I know our culture. Black women have bad attitudes, and so do a lot of black people. And my thing is that we want to make money, then fix your motherfucking attitude. Or you'll be off and you'll see another motherfucker there smiling. They'll be like, they only picked her because she's white. No, we picked her because she smiled.
And I just have to say,
this is his show. This is not even our show no more. This is his show now. You got it. Fuck.
Jesus.
Did we miss the moment?
I only want to play it because I want to hear her reaction. I want to hear what kind of bullshit she could possibly say after that.
She's about to string together some Skrill level.
Oh, we're about to have 2 segments in one.
Maybe.
Say we have to change the mindset of.
I want to hear her.
You should be serving.
You're not even black.
She's mulatto.
Whiter than I am.
Up. You know how all the other big songwriters do it?
Yeah, she basically got shut the fuck up, I think.
Yeah, she didn't say anything after that.
She was just rolling her eyes and had a passive-aggressive tone.
Brian Brumbelow with an interesting question. Why do blacks not do feet? Is that because it feels close to shoe shining?
Nah, I don't think so. I think when it comes to feet, there's a certain level of
phobia that goes into it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of disgust there. I certainly don't like other people's feet. I barely like my feet. So, but there's an element to, religion, especially like Southern Baptists and I mean, you're from the islands, communion, where you would do communion, wash each other's feet and shit like that.
I never did that.
Well, I didn't say you did it. I said it's a thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
no, yeah, I've heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. So but I don't. But that's like an island thing. I don't know if Black Americans ever had that kind of growing up.
No.
I think it's just a germophobia.
I had a white church that did it.
White church, okay.
Yeah, I think it's like a germophobia thing.
Definitely, but like you said, they're cutting into their bottom line.
You know what? I think he might be onto something, Brian Brumbelow. Maybe there is an entitlement to it. Like they feel like it's kind of a peasant thing to do.
Possible. Feet are gross, Lisa and Marie. I agree.
No, and I'm pretty sure they also know painting and designing on feet is more difficult to do than nails.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure women don't get freaking extension on their toes unless they're extremely ratchet.
Oh, that's extremely ratchet.
They do it with their fingers, so they have more room to design.
So the toe
and build more.
Yeah, but wouldn't that make you want to do feet more? Because you could make more money off of it. If it's more difficult, you could pay or charge more.
It's either they're germaphobes or, like Brian said, they think it's a lower. They're lowering themselves.
You know, Lisa Marie, what costs more, a manicure or a pedicure? I bet you a pedicure costs more.
I think a pedicure.
Yeah, pedicure costs more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would assume, like, why would you?
That's the average style manicure, but these black women, if they're going to a black nail salon, they go over the edge from regular salons.
Well, what I'm saying though, I think what we're trying to figure out is what's the reasoning. If it's become sort of a known thing in the nail community. You know, everything's a community nowadays.
The nail community.
And by that I mean Asians.
Okay. In the
Koreans.
Asian pedicure, where they have like packages where they'll massage your feet, give you waxings, all that good stuff. So they do more pampering, which I don't think a black woman would.
I will say this: it is harder to get a black woman to suck your toes than any other race.
Oh my God!
It can be done.
He said he didn't say he didn't do it. He said it's just a little harder.
It's a little harder.
It's a little harder.
You got to work it in there.
How do you do that? Because I know it's not. You can't have a conversation because it's gonna ruin the mood. Do you just do you just put your foot next to her mouth and see if she moves?
You got to do it while they're already in heat. Lure her in.
Maybe I need to bring back tough love for this.
That's funny.